Hello everyone. Yesterday I was scrolling Twitter to see a tweet from Kiwi about new legislation that's being proposed in Washington to help protect children of vloggers and ensure they are getting compensation for their work. It's good to finally see government taking child labor online seriously, and this is definitely a step in the right direction. This comes after children have been exploited for profit online for years, their privacy and sanity sacrificed for monetary profit by their parents, who will go to any length to get the views and likes they're after, even if it's at the expense of their kids' well being. Vlogging the lives of children has many negative effects, but they're only now starting to become obvious. Being exploited, bullied, harassed, identity theft, becoming a target to predators, and decline in mental health are only a few of them. I could do a whole video talking about this, but today I want to talk about the new legislation being proposed. It's quite long. I will be reading most of it, but the full document is linked in the description. Also, quick disclaimer, I am not a lawyer, but I do have immigrant parents. I've been translating legal documents since I was 12. How much harder can this be? This is House Bill 2032, and it's relating to protecting the interests of minor children featured on for-profit family vlogs. The legislature finds that social media influencers can make significant amounts of money from the digital content they produce. Some influencers use their minor children as subjects of that content. Those children are generating interest in and revenue for the content, but receive no financial compensation for their participation. Unlike in child acting, these children are not playing a part and lack legal protections. Social media influencers who market video content of their families or vloggers can profit from the personal property rights of their children without restriction. Some children are filmed with highly personal details of their lives shared on the internet for compensation from birth. In addition to a severe loss of privacy, these children receive no consideration for the use and exchange of their personal property rights. This legislature intends to allow minors to receive proportional compensation for the use of specified personal property rights where their parents have reached a specified profit threshold from that use. The legislature also intends to provide for minors to exercise control over specified personal property rights upon reaching the age of majority, meaning legal age. Section 2 has legal definitions. I will go through them briefly because they're mostly easy to understand. Age of majority is a threshold of adulthood recognized by law, or legal age. Deceased individual is a person who passed away within 10 years of January 1st, 1998, regardless of where they resided. Deceased personality, meaning someone whose image and likeness was used for profit, regardless of where they resided, who passed away within 50 years of January 1st, 1998. Fundraising, meaning an organized activity to solicit money or other goods and services by an organization, company, or private entity, and excludes live performances. Likeness, meaning an image, painting, sketching, model, diagram, or other clear representation other than a photograph of an individual's face, body, or parts thereof, or the distinctive appearance, gestures, or mannerisms of an individual. Minor, meaning a person under the age of majority or legal age. Vlogger, meaning an individual or family that creates video compensation in exchange for and includes any proprietorship, partnership, company, or other corporate entity assuming the name or identity of a particular individual or family for purposes of that content creation. Section 3. A vlogger meeting the criteria under subsection 2 of this section must compensate the vlogger's minor child whose likeness, name, or photograph constitutes the video content. This section applies to a vlogger meeting the following criteria. The number of views received per video segment on any internet platform or network met the platform or network's threshold for generation of compensation, or the vlogger received actual compensation for video content equal to or greater than 10 cents per view, and at least 30% of the vlogger's compensated video content produced within a 30-day period included the likeness, name, or photograph of the vlogger's minor child. Content percentage is measured by the percentage of time the likeness, name, or photograph of the vlogger's minor child visually appears or is the subject of an oral narrative in a video segment as compared to the total length of the segment. A vlogger meeting the criteria in subsection 2 of this section must set aside gross earnings on the video content, including the likeness, name, or photograph of the vlogger's minor child in a trust, to be preserved for the benefit of the minor upon reaching the age of majority, according to the following distribution. Where only one minor child meets the content threshold described in subsection 2b of this section, the percentage of total gross earnings on any video segment, including the likeness, name, or photograph of the vlogger's minor child, that is equal to or greater than the content percentage that includes the minor child as described in subsection 2 of this section. Or B, where more than one minor child meets the content threshold described in subsection 2b of this section, and the video segment includes more than one of those children, the additive percentage of the subsection for all minor children in any segment must be equally divided between the children, regardless of difference in percentage of content provided by the individual children. Upon the age of majority, any individual to whom as a minor child Section 3 of this Act previously applied to may request the permanent deletion of any video segment, including the likeness, name, or photograph of the individual, from any internet platform or network. The provided compensation to the individual's parent or parents in exchange for that video content. An internet platform or network must take all reasonable steps to permanently delete the video segment per the request. Any contract with the internet platform or network for the exchange or use of video content that would reasonably be anticipated to include greater than a de minimis use of a vlogger's minor child must include notification to the internet platform or network of the minor child's future rights as provided in this section. Section 5 talks about how these rights apply to individuals and personalities. Section 5.3 concludes that the rights granted in this chapter may be exercised by a personal representative, attorney in fact, parent of a minor child, except as limited in Section 3 of this Act, or guardian, or is authorized by a court of competent jurisdiction. To summarize, this bill sets certain guidelines for children who are featured in videos and photos, and parents who vlog their children will have to follow them when they choose to make money off of the image of their child. When this bill goes through, parents who refuse to pay their kids can't legally make that choice anymore. Just like the Google law, this bill ensures kids will have a trust where a part of the total earnings must be saved until they're old enough to access it. Once they're old enough, children who grew up online will be able to choose what content of them stays up and what doesn't. This bill is finally giving children who lost their privacy and autonomy online early on because of their parents a safety net that guarantees them at least some monetary compensation for their labor, even if they could never get their childhoods back. There's a lot more that can happen to continue protecting kids online, and this bill is a great stepping stone to doing that. Let me know your thoughts on this new legislation. I'm curious to see how the family vlogging industry adapts to it. What do you think about this? Thank you for taking time to watch this video. I hope you have a great day. See you next time.